Hello, hello. It's time for the daily reflection, even though it's almost 2. So, got up a little late today. And I think I woke up and turned my alarm off because I had a podcast due at 10. Really good podcast, too. It was a lot of fun. Um, we laugh and have fun during them, but this was more fun than usual. so, um, so yeah, I hope everybody's having a good day. And let's get started with. I don't know how long this is going to be. Um, so I don't really have anything. There are things that I want to talk about, but this isn't the appropriate place for them. As has to do with recovery coaching, things like that, and I'll make a separate video for that later. So let's get started with today's. If you are here, please say hello. Whether you're watching the live or the rewatch, this lets me know things, and then Facebook does other things, and blah. It's yeah. See, to them, it's a numbers game. So in order for me to get to certain places, I have to get certain things. Um, kind of like my YouTube channel. I need 500 subscribers before I can name it something. Hey, Jill, long time no see. All right. Principles, not personalities. The way our worthy alcoholics have sometimes tried to judge the less worthy is, as we look back on it, rather comical. Imagine, if you can, one alcoholic judging another. Right? And that's actually out of the language of the heart, which I do not have. Tried to go steal it offline, but I couldn't find the PDF or anything. And I forgot to grab something from the big book on this. So, did I bring my big book down? Yes, I did. All right. I think we were reading and working with others, so maybe we ought to just finish up in it. I lost my place here. All right. Let's see where we were at. Oh, no, I was talking to somebody yesterday about the doctor's opinion. So let's just read it. Frothy emotional appeal seldom suffices. The message which can interest and hold these alcoholic people must have depth and weight. In nearly all cases, their ideals must be grounded in a power greater than themselves if they are to recreate their lives. Now, I know that this may not sound like a principles for personalities type of talk, but it certainly can be, right? What about those new people coming in? Do we have a right to judge whether they're an alcoholic or not? Don't we kind of need to leave that up to them to make that decision? We can certainly give them circumstances and things to help them get to that decision. The other thing that I like about this is the message which can interest and hold these alcoholic people must have depth and weight. And I listen to a lot of stories, guys. Okay. I did a podcast and then I went to a speaker meeting. So I listen to a lot of stories. And I would have to say that the number one thing, the thing that I love the most is what happened. I love hearing what happened. I love hearing that miracle. And that's the depth and the weight that they're talking about here. I really wish that it would, it'd be so much easier if I could just tell an alcoholic, you're going to die. You keep going the way you're going. Because that just seems to not have very much effect on us. And I kind of wish, there's, I kind of wish that could be the depth and weight. For some people, maybe. So, if any psychiatrist directing a hospital for alcoholics, we appear somewhat sentimental, I imagine that they would, man. Let them stand with us on a while on the firing line, see the tragedies, the despairing wives, the little children. Let the solving of these problems become a part of their daily work. Okay. So you know what it's like for us, but imagine what it's like for somebody who has a servant's heart, but just can't do anything to help this person. And I'm sorry, professionals, that it's that way. And thank you very much for doing what you do. And even in the sleeping moments, the most cynical will not wonder that we have accepted and encouraged this movement, the movement being Alcoholics Anonymous. We feel after many years of experience that we have found nothing which has contributed more to the rehabilitation of these men than the altruistic movement now growing up among them. Altruistic in this case being AA, 12 steps, the movement. Men and women drink essentially because they like the effect produced by alcohol. Absolutely. I hate I don't even like the taste of alcohol. I didn't. There were times I was, okay, got the first one down. The other ones should be fine now, because my throat numbed up or whatever. The sensation is so elusive. While they admit it is injurious, they cannot after a time differentiate the true from the false. In other words, we don't know what's real anymore. And we don't. And we have to be retaught what is real and what isn't. They cannot after a time differentiate it. To them, their alcoholic life seems the only normal one. They are restless, irritable, and discontented unless they can again experience the sense and ease and comfort which comes at once by taking a few drinks. Drinks they see others taking with impunity. After they have come to the desire again, as so many do, the phenomena, I love saying that word, phenomena, of craving develops. They pass through the well-known stages of a re-emerging remorseful, firm resolution not to drink again. This is repeated over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And unless a person can experience an entire psychic change, there is very little hope of his recovery. Now, we know that the psychic change is the step before the steps, right? That's when we're making the decision that we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. We don't want to do this anymore. But don't forget, there's a third word there, entire. It doesn't say, this is repeated over and over again, and unless this person can experience it, and unless they can experience a psychic change. No, an entire psychic change, depth and weight. On the other hand, and strange as it may seem to those who do not understand, once a psychic change has occurred, the very same person who seemed doomed, who had so many problems he despaired of ever solving them, suddenly finds himself easily able to control his desire for alcohol. The only effort being necessary being that required to follow a few simple rules, right? And we know what the few simple rules are. Those be the 12 steps, right? Got some people saying stuff here. Let's show. So Chris, at this point, I think only God can help me through his people. Absolutely. Absolutely, Chris. And I think that's where, and I think a lot of times we don't even know that it's happening. We don't even realize. You hear this a lot. People are like, I didn't even know that God was doing that for me at the time. And that's part of the miracle. And it's actually one of the promises too, that we will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Like wipe our asses, right? Let's be real about it. Who am I to judge anyone? Absolutely. Absolutely. Who the fuck am I to judge anyone? Okay. That is God's job, not mine. And I don't know about your higher power, but my higher power doesn't judge me. He's not like that. When I first entered the fellowship, I found that I liked everyone. After all, AA was going to help me find a better way way of life without alcohol. The reality was that I couldn't possibly like everyone, nor they me. And that is okay, guys. It is. It's a natural human thing. I don't care what people fucking think about me. Shut up. Yes, you do. Usually the people who say that the loudest care the most, actually. You want to know how I know that? Because I was one of those people. I have fuck what anybody you think about. That's just not true. It's not true. I care what people think about me. I care what my wife thinks. I care what my mother thinks. I care what my children think. Why? Because they are a reflection of my example. So it matters a lot and has for a long time. That's right, Chris. I've learned to love everyone just from listening to what they have to say. Oh, as I've grown in the fellowship, I've learned to love everyone just from listening to what they had to say. Yes, you can not like somebody and still love them. That's okay. When I say I love you all, it doesn't mean I like everybody and that I agree with everything, but I really do want everybody to have a chance at living a happy life, addiction or not. That person over there, or that one right here, may be the one God has chosen to give me the message I need for today. I must always remember to place principles before personalities. Sorry, that is not what it says. It says I must always remember to place principles above personalities, which is different. Not before, above. And I think that makes more sense, right? Because don't isn't principles kind of higher up on our totem pole? So I think I like that above line. You know, um, part of the problem too is when we get into the program a little bit longer and we start to get comfortable, and then we just start spouting our mouths. You know, oh, that person over there, they're going through that. I did my 4-step. I don't have to. Yeah. I think you guys know what I mean, right? That's the resting on our laurels. We can't do that, and it doesn't matter how much time you have. I can tell you that right now. Ask Chris. Doesn't matter how much time you have. We are all just as close to the next drink, and we are all just as close to the next miracle. For everything good, for everything bad, there's good, man. Right? So, all right. So that's gonna be it for today, guys. I'll try to be a little more on time here. Life is life, so it happens when it's supposed to happen. I guess. Have a great day. I love you guys. Peace out and have a day. Thank you for being here.